In the heights of the Roshi Empire, when the stone cities near Great Zimbabwe still echoed with the footsteps of traders, spirit mediums, and warriors, there lived a boy named Nyasha. He had seen 12 harvests, 12 rainy seasons, 12 years beneath the vast skies of Zimbabwe. Yet there was one thing he did not have: a mutupo, a totem. Among his people, this was not a small absence. A totem was more than a name. It was lineage, protection, identity, bridge between the living and the ancestors. Every child in the village knew who they were. Some were Nzo, some were Hungwe, some Mofu. But Nyasha was nothing. Or at least, that's how he felt. His mother came from a respected lineage near the territories of the Babushka people. But his father was a traveler, a hunter from distant lands who disappeared before Nyasha could remember his face. And because of that, the boy grew without belonging. Children whispered, elders grew concerned. How can a boy stand, one elder asked, without knowing the spirits who walk behind him? At last, the matter reached Varukweza, a royal messenger who saved under the authority of Changamire Dombo. Rukweza had crossed many lands. He knew the clans of the east and the warrior lineages of the west. And when he looked at Nyasha, he did not see weakness. He saw something unfinished. One evening, the elders gathered around the fire. The air smelled of smoke and dry earth. A child cannot remain rootless, Ambuya Chimeta said softly. But what if the ancestors are silent? Another elder replied. Nyasha lowered his head. Then Marukweza spoke. The ancestors are never silent. They wait. The next morning, Nyasha was sent into the wilderness beyond the village, not as punishment, but as revelation. For 3 days he walked through granite hills, across dry grasslands, past the territories where hunters whispered stories of lions moving at dusk. And on the 4th day, it appeared. A lion. The Shumba. It stood upon a rise of stone, golden beneath the dying sun. Not hunting, not hiding, watching. Nyasha froze. Yet strangely, he felt no fear, only recognition. The lion's eyes did not challenge him. They measured him. And in that silence, Nyasha understood something impossible to explain. Power did not always roar. Sometimes, it simply stood. The lion turned slowly and disappeared into the tall grass. When Nyasha returned, the elders needed no debate. Varukweza rose first. This child has been seen, he declared. He is Shumba. And from that day forward, Nyasha no longer walked without identity. He belonged to the lion. Among the Shona and Ndebele people of Zimbabwe, the lion totem is known as Shumba in Shona, Sibanda in Ndebele. The lion is regarded as one of the most powerful and respected totems in Zimbabwean culture, not merely because it is dangerous, and it is, but because it represents recognized authority. The lion does not beg for attention. It commands it naturally. And so the Shumba Sibanda lineage became associated with some of these qualities: leadership, bravery, protection of family and heritage, warrior spirit, royal authority. Traditionally, Shumba people were often viewed as natural protectors of communities and keepers of social order. The Sibanda totem, the Ndebele version, is synonymous with the lion Shumba in Shona and Tau in Seto of Tswana. Sub-totems referred to as Jidao or Isituho or praise names in Zimbabwe differentiate various lineages or branches within the broader lion clan. Many traditions trace these branches back to the ancestor Neoreka, whose descendants spread across different regions over generations. The founder of the Vabuchka, Nichinanga lineage, is a celebrated Mondoro spirit who is still venerated in Mtoko today. While Sibanda is primarily a Senim in Ndebele, it is equivalent to several Shona lion sub-totems, including Shumba Nyamziwa, associated with Motoko chieftainship and the Vabuja people of eastern Zimbabwe. Shumba Samaita, often linked to the Mutasa dynasty of Manyika, they are associated with dignity, elegance, and strategic leadership. Shumba Murambui, meaning the rejected one, a lineage carrying strong identity and pride forged through struggles. Shumba Mutasa, linked to the Mutasa dynasty and historical leadership. Shumba Mazi, often associated with specific regional clans. Shumba Nijinanga, primarily associated with the Vabuchka people of Mtoko and Urungwe. These are districts in Zimbabwe. Jichidza, a distinct branch of the Shumba Sibanda clan. Shumba Garwe, specific classification within the Shumba totem. Shumba Tembo, the Tembo is often its own totem, like Garwe. It can appear as a classification within the lion clan in certain regions. Other notable sub-totems include Shumba Muzeketwa, Shumba Chirumanzu, Shumba Gurundoru, Shumba Sipambi, Shumba Bere. This poetry preserves memory. It reminds people not only who they are, but who they are expected to become. An example, Shumba Majumbagupa, vana vachikandamina, vakuru vanodya nyama yakabikwa neminenga. A rough translation of that, Shumba, great and unstoppable ones, children of Chikandamina, elders who eat meat cooked with feathers. This imagery symbolizes elite hunters so powerful they consume their prey completely, untouched by weakness or hesitation. Yeah, these praises are not casual compliments. They are declarations of identity. And with every totem comes responsibility. For the Shumba people, for the Shumba Sibanda people, one of the most sacred taboos is this: a clan member must never kill or eat a lion. To harm the lion is to disrespect the spirit of the lineage itself. Traditionally, Shumba people were also expected to avoid cowardice in times of danger, abuse of leadership, dishonoring family reputation. Because carrying the lion meant carrying accountability. The community expected a Shumba to protect, not terrorize, to lead and not dominate recklessly. Before colonial borders existed, totems structured societies across the region. They governed marriage, kinship, diplomacy, leadership, spiritual belonging. Traditionally, people of the same totem were considered relatives. Marriage within the same clan was discouraged because members were seen as sharing ancestral bloodlines. Among the Shumba, Sibanda clans, this remains deeply respected even today, especially within large lineages such as Shumba Nyamuziwa. Women married into or born within the lineage are often respectfully addressed as Mashumba or Masband. In modern Zimbabwe today, the lion still walks, not in the wilderness, but in identity. Across modern Zimbabwe and throughout the dash in places like South Africa, the United Kingdom, the United States, everywhere where Zimbabweans are, people still proudly identify themselves through totems. At weddings, funerals, family gatherings, and traditional ceremonies, people still ask, Unere, what is your totem? And when a Shumba enters, they may be greeted with honor. Makadi Shumba. Even in modern cities, the ancestral system still survives. Because totems are not relics, they are living memory. The world today often teaches leadership through noise, through visibility, through dominance. But the lion teaches something older, authority. It does not chase recognition. It carries itself with quiet dignity. And perhaps that is why the Shumba totem has endured for generations. Not because the lion is feared, but because it is respected. A boy once stood beneath the Zimbabwean sky, believing he belonged nowhere, until the lion saw him. And perhaps identity is not something we invent. Perhaps it is something waiting for us in the stories of those who came before. This is Shumba, the lion, the way of leadership.